Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Undrafted Opinions. It's a show where we have our point of view and news on sports. I am Richard Radillo.
I'm Jacob Lloyd.
And welcome back to episode 3, our double weekly show we have on the College Avenue channel. And if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe because you know you want to. Go ahead and like the video because you know you want to. And if you're listening on audio, go ahead and follow us, please, and give it a nice little heart or 5-star review. Thank you. So, let's get into this. This episode of Undrafted Opinions is going to be nice and good because we're going to talk about World Cup knockout stages, predictions. We got some MLB updating going on, and then we got some 2-minute minors. So, let's get into it. All right, we're going to start with the World Cup because it's going to be the meat of this, basically. We have already come up with our knockout stages for the round of 16.
Right.
If you missed our group predictions, episode 1 and 2 are there for you to listen to and get updated on. And also, we've spliced up the last 2 as well. So you can even, if you wanted to go specifically to that, we have it A through D and then E through H as well. Yeah. So go ahead and check those out to get caught up. But yeah, we're going to get to the knockout stages, which is kind of interesting. We've had different decisions on it. We agreed to have different ones. So yeah, let's get into the first matchup. We both agreed on Uruguay, but you picked Portugal. I picked Morocco.
Yeah.
So what are the couple of things, I guess, we're going to separate the teams to get into the next round, I guess, is how we're going to explain it. But kind of keep it short in a way because we're going to go through the whole bracket. Okay. So let's go with Uruguay versus Portugal. Okay. What are your points? And then your winner.
Portugal relies too much on Cristiano Ronaldo.
That is true.
I think that is like, all you got to do is mark Cristiano Ronaldo. You can mark Cristiano Ronaldo with 2 people. And there's no one else that's going to hurt you beyond that. They had, I think, Andre Silva had a decent year at AC Milan. Mm-hmm. I think Bernardo Silva had a better year than expected with Manchester City.
Yeah.
But really, it comes down to Cristiano Ronaldo. I think Uruguay has some experienced defenders.
Not in the World Cup.
But Common Bowl qualifying.
Okay.
They regularly defend Neymar and Messi.
Okay.
So Cristiano Ronaldo, nothing new. He's a little bit taller.
Probably, I would argue even one of the best back lines or center pack duos. I think that you'll see at the World Cup. Jimenez and Godin.
Sure.
I think they have
top 3 for sure.
I think they have that kind of like Belgium kind of, with Vertonghen and Alderweireld, or whatever his last name. But I think the club kind of affects that in a way. So like I think they're on page with each other.
Yeah.
So
I have Uruguay going through. I don't think Portugal is going to be able to defend a healthy Suarez and a healthy Cavani.
Okay, that's valid.
So would you like to defend your Morocco pick?
My Morocco pick in the group?
No. Do you think Morocco is going to make it past? Uruguay.
If, like I said, so this is my Costa Rica of this tournament.
Okay.
So I think Uruguay is not going to be expecting anything big out of Morocco at all.
I already can't believe what I'm hearing out of your mouth.
So we're probably going to have some kind of stupid incident or there's already going to be some sort of mess going on in that Uruguayan locker room by this time and when this game takes place to where there's going to be a division. And that division is going to cause chaos, and that chaos is going to cause Morocco to get out of the round of 16.
Wow.
So that's what I'm saying. This is my pick as the Costa Rican pick for this tournament. So I have Morocco over Uruguay, regardless if they can get Cavani and Suarez to play together well.
Okay, I think really the only thing So you're going to go for Morocco.
And you got Uruguay.
I'm going to go for Uruguay. I think the only thing that could hurt Uruguay is that if Luis Suarez chooses to fight someone. So as long as
Cavani wants the bowman.
Shoot an arrow at someone in the crowd, yeah. So as long as no one does anything stupid, Uruguay should make it out of the round 16. Or I guess as long as whoever is supposed to win Group E actually does win Group E, and then end up with like a weird matchup. But we're just going off of like the matchups that we made in the first episode.
Yes. All right.
You have your guy going through. So next matchup.
France versus Croatia, which we agreed on.
Yep.
You first.
I actually think that Croatia has the advantage in the midfield. I think that
sure.
Conte and Pogba and McQueedy and other people that are also in the midfield for France whose name are escaping me. I think that they are good individually, and on paper they should be a crazy midfield, but I feel like it's never quite clicked the way that it should have.
Yeah.
I think that Croatia, with like Perisic, Brozovic, Modric, having just, I think maybe one other thing is that Modric's going to be a little bit more tired than the rest of them, just having like the Champions League final. But like Kovacic, Modric, all these guys, I think that
Brozovic.
they have Brozovic. Yeah. So like Perisic and Brozovic at Inter, and Kovacic and Modric at Real Madrid. I think that they have the opportunity to get a hold of the game a little bit. I think they could spring a surprise on France.
I think by the time we probably get to the point in this tournament, I think they're going to be a little bit figured out, like they did in the Euros. Because I think they had a great group stage in the Euros. They won their state or their group. But I feel like by the time they get to the round 16, I think this France team has something to prove as well. I feel that it's going to be harder to defend them, because I think once that front, whatever they're going to have, it's going to be harder to get the ball back from them, and I think they're going to be able to create more chances in that front.
Okay.
And I think by the time France gets to this part of the tournament, either they're going to be a pile of garbage that has not figured it out, or they're going to be a team that's going to be reckoned with. I think that this is the France team that we've been waiting for in the World Cup, in a way, because I feel like I said, something to improve. I have France going through.
I think what's going to end up happening here is that France is going to go through, but it's going to be 3-2, and Olivier Giroud is going to hit the ball in and maybe.
I like that way that sounds.
That's what always happens.
That sounds pretty accurate.
When you put Olivier Giroud.
So we got France going through. All right. Next, we got Brazil, and we both agreed on South Korea. Even you can go with Mexico on this one if you want.
No, Mexico, South Korea.
Okay. This is where the road ends, unfortunately for for South Korea. There's no. You could play this game 10 times. 10 out of 10. I think they're
11 out of 10.
They're not going to get.
11 out of 10.
There's no way. Like, I'm sorry. Thank you for participating.
Thanks for coming.
Yes.
Here's your participation.
Hey,
trophy.
you got out of your group. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
Maybe next time. Yeah. But there's no way you could take Neymar out of that front, and they're still gonna win. You could probably take the best player out of the attacking, midfield, and defending and goalie, and still put that team out, and they're still gonna beat the South Korean team.
I agree with that wholeheartedly.
I'm sorry. It's not that it's just facts. There's no way that team does not get past South Korea.
I think that, like we talked about with France and the way that they went out in the Euros, losing to Portugal at home like that.
Yeah.
I think that Brazil similarly is going to have a chip on their shoulder because of the way they went out in the last World Cup.
Yeah.
And they were great in qualifying. They were the best team in humble qualifying. So I think that Brazil's not going to have any problem getting that.
Yeah. I don't think they're going to have any kind of weird thing going on in the locker room as well with management where they're going to fall apart. I feel like I'm super confident they're going to get past that. But yeah, all right, let's keep moving.
Okay, Belgium and Poland.
So Belgium, Poland. You didn't want to change any of this, right? No, you're good.
No,
with
we're
this?
good.
Okay.
We're good.
I think from what we saw last World Cup with Belgium, I think they had a problem with just scoring, but I'm kind of hesitant on what they're bringing in their defense.
Okay.
Because they left behind Lukaku. They're bringing basically almost the whole same back line.
And Company's injured.
Yeah, and Company.
What's new? Groin injury.
So yeah, they have. I think they're bringing Vermeulen too.
Yep. Thomas Vermaelen, Vertonghen, Alderweireld.
And
They
then,
had Company on the roster. I don't know if he's still on the roster. They,
No, he's
they
on the-
announced
he's on-
that he
yeah.
had a groin injury. So.
but and then they have right back
Meunier.
Meunier, and
PSG.
then there's another guy in there, Kovacs. I think he plays in Italy.
Okay.
So I'm questioning. I don't know if they're going to play like are they going to do the same thing where they have two guys in the middle and they're going to play two guys out of position? So I don't know how that's going to work. That makes me a little scared because the U.S. played these guys through. And I know it's 4 years away from that time, but I feel like their back line has gotten a little bit better, but not that much better. And you're also defending a world-class striker in Lewandowski in that game. And hopefully he doesn't get hurt as well before that, or anything bad happens. They also have Milik as well with him, but I don't know if he'll start. It depends on that.
He had, was it this year or last year that he had an MCL injury?
Last year. So he's definitely he's far away from that as well. And I'm pretty sure he had a decent year with Napoli. I have to double check his scoring record. But you could definitely make the case for Poland getting past this Belgium team. But I think the difference maker in this game would probably be De Bruyne. Kevin De Bruyne. That dude's he's gonna put some balls in that you just like, how did that get there? And I think that's gonna be the difference maker in this game. I don't think it's gonna be a Hazard. I don't think it's gonna be Lukaku or Fellaini. It's gonna be a Kevin De Bruyne. I think they're gonna score a goal in like the first 45. And then score another 2 at the second 45 because Belgium or Poland's getting a little desperate, and they're probably going to get away with like a 3-1 game. What about you?
Similar to you, I do not trust the defense.
Yeah,
I don't think that they've gotten any better. I think that they, if anything, they've just aged.
Yeah, I think they've only gotten better in the midfield with De Bruyne. That's it. Like super, like noticeable.
Much better than he was
noticeable.
Like 4 years ago.
Yeah.
I think that I will again mirror what you said. I think Kevin De Bruyne, at any moment, could make a game-changing pass.
Yes.
The problem is, number one, I don't trust Roberto Martinez as a manager.
Okay.
And I don't trust Romelu Lukaku to put the ball in the back of the net. I think that at the World Cup level, I think
he did score the game winner for the last World Cup to get past the round 16, though.
No, that was against the US.
Okay.
If you watch Romelu Lukaku play for Manchester United, that is if you're still awake after watching Manchester United.
But I think he's going to get better service there.
It takes him 3 opportunities for every 1 goal.
I think he's going to get enough of that, though, in this game, for sure.
I don't buy it. I don't think
Okay.
Belgium. I think on paper, Belgium should have, this is their generation. They should be challenging for the World Cup.
Okay, so then who do you got then?
Belgium is going to challenge for the World Cup.
So you got, then who do you
got? Poland.
So you got Poland, I
Are you
got
gonna go
Belgium.
with Belgium?
I'm going to go with Belgium. Alright. Let's keep it moving. We got Spain on the next side. They'll be facing either Saudi Arabia for you or who did I pick? Egypt. I can't read upside down apparently. I'm going in with the Egypt pick because I feel like Salah will be okay. So I'd rather have them over.
When we talked
Saudi
about
Arabia.
the groups, we weren't sure if Salah was gonna. It was like right after the Champions League final. I think they've announced that he's gonna be fit.
Yeah,
so that's definitely good.
So you can change your pick if you want.
No,
You're going so okay. Unfortunately, I think this is where the road ends for Egypt. This is the end of the road for Egypt. Thanks for playing. Thanks for showing up. Hey, I'll see you in Qatar, hopefully. But yeah, I think it's the end of the road for them. Spain just has too much, dude. I'm sorry. again, like they're like the Brazil, Germany, like they have just so much depth on it. They could play. They could take their. I don't know the striker. I'm a little concerned with, but they could definitely take the best player out of the midfield, defense, and goalie, and still play the game and win.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think that Diego Costa, while questionable if they're up against some serious competition, I think he's just gonna run over whoever. I don't know who the center backs are for Saudi Arabia, but
yeah,
they're not gonna push Diego Costa off the ball.
That's a man. That's a man.
I think Spain. I really like Spain in this tournament. I think they're obviously going to get past Saudi Arabia or Egypt if they end up playing Egypt. But I also feel that that this is their last chance. I personally feel like Spain is going to turn into Belgium or England
after this.
I think that like when Sergio Ramos is gone and Jordi Alba and like all of the people that made Spain that won back-to-back Euros and a World Cup in between, that like all those guys are on the wrong side of 30.
Okay.
And I don't know that I trust the younger group as much.
I would definitely agree with that, just because like I think they have not have a good replacement in their back line.
Mm-hmm.
But I think their midfield replacements are not at that level yet, but they have the potential to, like Koke and Asensio and Isco.
Mm-hmm. And Thiago at Bayern Munich.
Yeah, Thiago as well. Even like if like the even adding depth, like Andres Herrera can be like their like fifth guy in there as well. So like they have depth in the sense, or better potential depth in the midfield. Attacking wise, I feel like they still have not figured that position out.
I think now that I've thought about it just a little bit longer, I think the better comparison of what they're going to turn into might be Italy. Okay. I think that like Italy won a World Cup not too long, obviously longer ago than Spain did, but like they had a really good core group of people, all of whom are like probably within a few years of retiring.
Yeah,
like Buffon and Chiellini and Barzagli and Diego De Rossi and like all these people. I think like that's where Spain is right now.
Okay.
But
we both
that being said, Spain's going to go through this time.
All right, so let's keep moving.
Yeah.
We got Argentina. You got Peru. I got Denmark. And again, this is where the road ends for the Danish.
I'm going to look at something.
What do you got to look up?
I'm going to look up what happened between these two teams in the qualifier.
Between Argentina and Peru?
Yeah.
There's a little man called Lionel Messi on the other side. And I think even if you took Lionel Messi off this team and you still had the Dybala, like for some reason Messi doesn't play this game, you put Dybala in there, I feel like they'll have enough to get by against Denmark or Peru. So what are we looking at?
I'm trying to find their two games. They would have played twice in qualifying or something.
Peru? Oh, and Argentina?
Peru and Argentina would have played twice.
Just Google it.
I think that I don't really trust Argentina. I want to trust Argentina. They have the best front line and second front line of all of the teams at the World Cup, I think.
Okay.
On paper especially. I mean, just like
Aguero!
Aguero and Messi. And I think that they should be able to walk through this game. But I also think that I think for me, you were saying that Morocco is your Costa Rica. I think that Peru is my Costa Rica.
Oh.
So I think in saying that, I think that I can't have Peru go out in the round of 16. So I think I'm going to have Peru go over Argentina. And they'll probably crucify Lionel Messi when they get back to Argentina, but that's the way this cookie's going to have to crumble.
Well, there's definitely a lot of talk in there, and a lot of people are saying Messi still got a lot to prove. So that's why I'm going to go with Argentina in this.
So they played to 2 draws. They drew 2-2.
Plus
this is a long time.
Okay.
This is I don't know why this came out June 21st, 1978. In case you're curious, Argentina beat Peru 6-0. But so the 2 World Cup qualifying games that they played, Peru. This was October 6th, 2016. and October 5th, 2017, there's a 2-2 draw and a 0-0 draw. So Peru has already shown their ability to play Argentina.
Or can they score the goal that they need to get past?
Hey, they've scored just as many goals as Argentina.
Or are they just going to force the penalties?
I don't think penalties would go in their favor.
Okay.
There's too many world class.
But
there.
regardless, you still got Peru.
Okay.
All right. I'm going with the obvious picks over here because the only bold one I've made is Morocco. Maybe the Belgium and Poland one, but that could easily be Colombia too.
All right.
Next.
Germany, Costa Rica.
Germany, Costa Rica. Costa Rica is not going to be the Costa
Rica.
Rica.
Costa Rica is no longer Costa Rica.
Hello. Welcome to Deutschland.
Germany's D team could be Costa Rica. Just like that. One thing that hurt me a little bit was seeing Leroy Sané not make the team. But I read a little bit about it, and basically it seems like it's more of like a stylistic thing. Like
that makes sense.
That Germany doesn't play like Pep Guardiola, and that's what Leroy Sané is built for.
But he does add a little bit of pace to your lineup, though.
Yeah.
And some creativity. But I enjoy watching him play.
Oh, I mean, I love watching him play. I watch him play every week.
I know.
But Germany, thank you again.
Thanks for coming. Here's your participation award, sir. Yeah. We'll see you next, hopefully.
Costa Rica.
Qatar.
Costa Rica aren't making the round of the last 8 like they did last year.
So easily pick Germany. All right. Moving on. We got Colombia, and you took Panama. I took England.
Yep. I don't trust England, so that's why England didn't make it out of the group.
Okay. I trust England enough to get out of the group. I think it should be easy enough for them. But regardless, Panama, Colombia. Are we meeting the end of the road here?
I think this game could be close. I think this game will be pretty entertaining, actually. I think because Panama, at this point, Panama has nothing to lose. If they make it out of their group, they're playing with house money. All right, they can do whatever they want. They're just happy to be there.
Yeah.
I think actually, the more I'm looking at this bracket, I think they're going to be the happiest to be there.
Yeah.
Maybe Saudi Arabia, but I think that Colombia is going to edge this. I think that especially the little bit of a renaissance that we've seen with Falcao at Monaco over the last couple of years, I think that's really going to help them. I think maybe that's what they were lacking.
The last World Cup.
Because Adrian Ramos,
yeah.
I don't think is going to do it for him. I think that having Falcao, having that experience up top, and James having some game time under his belt at Bayern Munich, I think we're going to see. I think we're going to see a lot of cool team dance celebrations when they score.
Oh, definitely, dude. He's lit.
I'm going to go
keep it 100. So we're picking England. So I'm going for a storyline on this one, alright?
Alright, tell me the story. Paint me a picture.
Oh, for this game? Oh, okay. Easy. No. Phil Jones is somehow going to defend that front line with whoever they're going to pair him with. It's probably either Stones or I'm blanking out. I don't think maybe the Cahill. We'll see. But Phil Jones is going to start definitely this game.
Okay.
Alright. Somehow he's going to be able to get from Phil. He's going to make some crazy ass, slide tackles. You're going to see his really red face. All right. And we see some dabs from Jesse Lingard after he gets the goal in.
No, please. No.
At the 87th minute. And England narrowly gets by with a
You have England getting past Colombia.
With a defensive clinic, all right, on how to stop a South American team. And I have England squeaking by with a Jesse Lingard goal. All right, he's wearing the number 7 jersey for a reason. Now.
Lingard's wearing number 7?
Yeah. All right, we're gonna go back to the other side of the bracket. We got.
So now we're in the last of 8.
Last of 8, Elite 8.
Elite 8.
All right. So you want to go with yours first?
Sure.
Okay.
So I don't really think it's gonna matter for the rest here.
Okay.
But so I have Uruguay, and it's gonna be Uruguay and France in the last 8, first round of the last 8. First game of the last 8. I know I had France squeaking by Croatia with that Olivier Giroud header, but I think if they make it this far, things are going to start to click.
For France?
Yeah. And I think that France has the defense necessary to keep Uruguay at bay, They've got Umtiti, who plays with him at Barcelona. And I think that France is going to get past
Okay. So my pick. So this is where the end of the road is for you, Morocco, unfortunately. But guess what? I believe you're gonna get to extra time in this game. Wow. But Antoine Griezmann is probably gonna do his little dance at the end of extra time. Bling. Yeah, he's gonna hotline bling, and Francis is gonna get through. So let's.
That can only mean one thing: that France.
Yes. I got it. Next, we got Brazil, and you got Poland. I got Belgium.
Yep.
Who do you got in this?
Brazil's on a mission.
They're on a mission
from
God.
A quest. A great journey is ahead of them. And Poland does not have enough defensively.
They do not. No.
They might not have enough defensively to handle Belgium, but I picked them anyway. But they certainly do not have enough defensively to handle Brazil. And they don't have enough offensively to trouble Thiago Silva and Marquinhos and David Luiz.
David Luiz is not going.
Not David Luiz. Dani Alves and Marcelo.
Dani Alves is not going.
Really?
He's hurt. They called the guy, I forgot his name, but they called the guy from the Brazilian league.
Well, then they might have a chance. They might as well not have the right guy.
You have Danilo, so. Okay. All right. You got Brazil.
I know that's my own player, but I guess I shouldn't. I'll let you have Belgium against Brazil.
See, this is the golden generation for Belgium, right? Am I right?
Word on the street.
Word on the street says this is the golden generation. It's not so golden here, all right? The most golden thing we're going to see is the Brazilian yellow shirts.
Okay.
And I think this game will go down to the wire. I think there's going to be multiple goals. I think Kevin De Bruyne is going to give it his all, but unfortunately they're going to have too much on the Brazilian side, and I'm going to have to go with Brazil on that one. Okay. So next we got Spain, and then I got Argentina. You got Peru. I'm going to go first on this one.
Go for it.
This one's kind of hard, actually, in a way, because I think the Spanish players know Messi really well.
Yeah. Especially the defenders.
Yeah, but I think Argentina is more than capable of scoring on Spain. I think if they get Spain on a bad day, which might be that day, they can get by. But I think they are not going to get by. I think they're going to go down in penalties against Spain in this game. So I got Spain squeaking by a thread or a blade of grass, basically.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
Okay. My heart says Peru. But I don't think I can justify it this time.
Yeah.
I think that Spain is just going to have too much for them. But like I said, Peru is my Costa Rica. Costa Rica didn't get out of the last 8.
Hey, that's why Morocco stopped.
Yeah. So, it was good. It was a great story. We had a lot of fun watching Peru play.
They probably had some cool dances themselves.
Yeah, they probably did. It's probably true. But let's be real here. Spain is a world power. That's exactly. So I'm gonna pick Spain to go through.
All right.
So we got. I want Peru.
So we both got Spain.
See, there's a theme here.
We got a very generic.
Yeah.
All right. We got Germany. You got Colombia. I got England. All right. You go with Colombia first on this one.
Germany's got a good team.
Germany got an excellent team.
Colombia's got some good dancers.
They definitely do.
Yeah. We haven't had any repeat World Cup winners for a while.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen.
So, I think I'm going to ride this Colombia train just one round.
Woo.
We have not reached... Colombia has not reached its final destination.
All right.
And holders, Germany, out in the last 8. You heard it here first.
Dang. You got him, bro. All right. Well,
I'm doing it. Colombia.
Mine's the complete opposite. All right. It's just
we got a no-one team going.
Well, we got once again Phil Jones at the back line of England, all right, with the reddest face ever, making them amazing slide tackles, all right. But guess what? We're gonna end up in penalties in this one.
You just love extra time and penalties in these World Cup games.
But guess what? How good are England at penalties? Not very good, and plus, especially against the Germans. This is where the road ends, unfortunately. Okay. No dabs going on at the end of this one. Just a lot of beer drinking. All right. Germany getting by, but getting by. Win's a win, right?
Something like that.
All right, let's go back to the other side. We're at the Final Four. We got France and Brazil. We both got the same team in the final or semifinal. For me, if France is clicking, all right. If that back line is clicked by this time, I think we can consider that back line a world-class back line. And against a world-class attack, I got the back line. I think that equals it out to where France's front is far superior than Brazil's back. And I think in the midfield, they do have Casemiro holding out really well, but I don't think that they're going to get enough support in the midfield. Even though I like the wingers.
You're forgetting someone important.
By this time, Neymar is going to fizzle out. This is just a game where Neymar...
I'm not talking about Neymar.
Okay, who are we missing?
Fernandinho. They have two people. They have They have the best two CDMs in world football in the middle of their midfield, anchoring that midfield.
But I think with France's front and their back at this point, they'll be able to carry through that middle because there's also Conte in the middle as well, and you got Pogba that's going to move.
What did Conte do this year?
Conte doesn't need to do anything this year. All he needs to do is win a World Cup.
No.
So this is where the roads.
It is not this.
This
day.
is where we have the fork in the road in the final.
It is not this day.
So are you taking Brazil?
I'm taking Brazil.
Okay.
I think that Olivier Giroud can't keep winning games for France because that's all that's going to happen. I don't think you can trust Kylian Mbappe. I think maybe his inexperience is going to show a little bit here. No doubt he's a great player.
Oh, yes.
And he will be a world-class player.
Oh, yes.
But it's not his day yet. It's not his time.
Well, I think it's his time. I think this is like
I think
France 90 or no, wait, was it France? No. France 98? Yeah.
I think that the Brazilian midfield, even though maybe not on paper better than the French midfield, in reality they're better than the French midfield.
Okay. Well, you got Brazil.
And just one more thing real quick. France did not get humiliated like Brazil did. We were talking, both of these teams were like the chip on their shoulder, teams on a mission. Brazil was humiliated. Okay? That's 7-1. Every time that January 1st or July... Oh, wait, did I mess that up? January 7th or July 1st comes around, there's always that meme. It's like the Brazil flag and the German flag and then the year to like represent the score of that game. Brazil can't let that happen again.
Okay. Well, you got Brazil. I got France.
Yep. All right. So next one for you is Spain and Germany.
All right. Do you want to go first or you go first?
Go for it.
All right. So we got Spain. We got Germany. We got two world powers right here, all right?
Yeah.
That's very nice.
Yeah.
But, Spain didn't make it to World War II, right? You don't want to know why? They got depth.
Sure.
They got quality.
They had a civil war, didn't
they? They had quality, but they still didn't make it, though.
Okay, sure.
All right. So this is where the end of the road is for Spain, unfortunately. I would like them to get to the final. I'm going to go with Germany because they are going to have depth. I think there's going to be injuries going on both these sides, for sure.
Okay.
Just because I think it just happens. But I think Germany has enough in the tank. And we're going to see, for some reason, Germany gets to that final. And I don't know if there's ever been a repeat of teams getting to the final.
There probably has.
Maybe. We'll see. I'll double check. Maybe Brazil. Brazil's team.
Oh, you mean getting to... Oh, yeah.
World Cup final. Yeah. So, yeah, I think that they'll continue the streak of getting to the World Cup final. But you got Colombia, you got Spain.
I do have Colombia and Spain. I think that this is going to be the end of the road for Colombia. I think that Spain needs this. This is their last chance. They need to make it count. So I think that Spain.
Okay. So we got totally different finals.
Somewhat traditional powers.
Yes, but totally different. Different reasons. I got a lot of extra time wins. You just got.
I don't really know about extra time wins for me, but wins.
Yes. W's.
All right.
So I got France and Germany. You got Brazil and Spain. So you got a South American team in this final. I don't. Because
yeah, you have 2 UEFA teams.
Because I don't got no respect for South America, unless you're Brazil, or Argentina, or Uruguay.
I actually have 3.
Or Colombia. But yeah.
Let's see. I had a South American team in every game of the last 8.
Well, I had an African team, so. All right. I think this is what the European final should have been, and this is where Germany should have beaten France in France, and I think we're gonna see a repeat. Honestly, I know they don't have the leaders of the last generation or the last World Cup with Schweinsteiger and Lahm, but I think Mueller. I'm not too sure who's captain. I think Mueller might be the captain. I think there's a lot of leadership still in the locker room, and I think there's a lot of. I wish some of these players were born on the U.S. base, honestly. But I like France. I think France is going to have a great World Cup. Finally, it's been a long time.
They went to the semi. This game, this Germany-France game was a semi. Oh no, it was Brazil.
Yeah.
Was it a quarter then? I'm pretty sure they played in the last World Cup.
It must have been a quarter. Yeah. But I think, with that said, I think Germany knows what to do in this situation. France doesn't. They're good at getting at finals, but hey, this is not.
So you have Germany winning back-to-back World Cups.
Yes, I do have Germany winning back-to-back World Cups, but squeaking by though as well.
What if you're squeaking by?
Because they're gonna squeak by against England, and then they're gonna squeak by before that. Oh no, they didn't squeak by Costa Rica. They spanked them. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
No, they get by Spain barely. This is not going to be as dominant performance as they did last World Cup, is what I'm saying. Okay. They're still going to be dominant. They're not going to be as dominant.
Okay. All right. So I have Brazil and Spain.
Oh, lots of dabs by Pogba in this tournament as well. Well, actually, he doesn't dab anymore. Never mind. But go ahead.
Brazil and Spain in the final.
Woo!
2, again, traditional powers. I think that Spain is a much more balanced team. Maybe a little bit lacking going forward,
Yes.
but defense wins championships. And as much as Brazil want to, they didn't get the, Colombia, I guess, kind of denied them their chance of revenge against Germany. But I think that Spain will be able to defend Brazil. I think that similar to how you said that they're going to be familiar with Messi, they're also going to be familiar with Neymar, the Spanish defense, especially
and they didn't really do anything spectacular in France this past year in Liga. Yeah, so I'm saying so.
So I think that Spain makes the most of their final.
And Spain
is going to win.
So they get 2 stars now. Okay. No crazy finish or like that?
I think Brazil's going to get humiliated again. 4-1.
4-1. Interesting.
Spain over Brazil in the final.
Is it like late goals that are 4-1 or like
no,
straight up?
Over halftime.
Okay.
Wow. Over halftime.
Neymar going to break his back again?
I don't know. Maybe he can keep the opponent's cleats off.
All right, you heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. Jacob got Spain.
España.
I got like the most obvious pick, Germany, but
Deutschland.
they're not as dominant as you could think they're going to be this tournament, I feel. But that's been our World Cup predictions in general. Like I said, if you didn't know the group stages and how we picked that out, go check out the earlier episodes. We're going to keep the show moving. We got to move through the next topic kind of quickly. We're going to go through MLB standings and leaders this year so far. So we really don't have any notes on this. But yeah. So like teams that are leading, we'll just go. Do you want to read the divisions off or no?
No, necessarily. It's just like what do you think? Like maybe like 2-3 teams that have surprised you, 2-3 teams that have disappointed you.
Teams that disappointed me was Cleveland. Oh, actually the Central in general. Just like how is this happening? But I think we're seeing an effect of not spending enough money, and then also just like the analytical stuff. I feel like these teams on paper should probably be this bad. So there's really, I mean, when you look at the Tigers, you got Miguel Cabrera, that's their noticeable player. You got the Twins, you got Mauer, Dozier. That's all I could think of off the top of my head. Who's your second? No, the third baseman. So no, never mind. I'm thinking of someone else. Kansas City. No one on that roster I can think of off the top of my head that's like a standout player. Okay. And then Cleveland is Abreu. Like they've lost too many pieces already. There's a lot of guys that are not there anymore, unfortunately. They're probably the whole division is probably disappointing. My most surprising team, I think the Angels are pretty surprising for me because I'm surprised that they've lasted.
How good or how bad?
How good they've been.
Wow. Okay.
But also the West has been they've been hot. This is a good year for the West. I think we kind of expected the Astros to be that good.
Yeah.
Just because of how young and how consistent they're playing, Verlander's been like their pitching in general. I think is that they have like an under 2.0 ERA.
They have that.
Combined.
The Houston Astros arguably have one of the best, like 1 through 4 for sure, if not 1 through 5 of like all time.
Yeah.
They have a truly great rotation.
It's insane. But like when you throw that in, like I don't know how I think the Mariners actually just jumped the Astros today.
They did.
So I don't know how they're staying afloat. I gotta watch more of them. I feel. I would say they're probably surprising too, but I need to watch a little bit more of them. I've not caught. They're not on like They haven't been really prime time for me for the times I've been watching. The Braves have been good in the East over there too. They got a lot of good young guys that are keeping them afloat as well. I like watching the Phillies at the moment too. I like Herrera. I don't know why. I just like the sound. Like he's like a Bryce Harper guy. Like the pop. Like the sound of the ball. Okay. I think you'll see Washington start to either take over and then gain some ground. I think they have the most depth. I didn't realize how much depth they had. Or not depth, but like how their positioning wise. But a lot of those guys they might lose after this year too. Yep. So this is like this is the year. If they don't figure it out this year, then they're probably going to be the bottom feeders of this division eventually with the Marlins. Milwaukee, great bullpen.
Josh Hader having a great year.
Yeah, great bullpen. One thing to note: if they lose their two best hitters, I think it's Shaw, and I forgot the other guy's name already. They basically don't have any bats that I've seen because, like, I think they're leading in WAR, like top 2 in the NL, and then I think they're sprinkled like top in like homers, RBIs, and batting average. So hopefully they don't lose those two guys because that's keeping them because like you got the Cubs right behind them, and St. Louis, they figured out this year how to win games and be consistent. Winning big games against the Cubs, I think that was a big win. But you didn't think so. And plus they got the Pirates and the Cubs, or the Reds to beat up. Yeah. So I think it's gonna help them out.
Yeah.
Because they can lose those games. Like they can lose a 2-1 series or 3-game series. Like they get one game out of them against the Cubs and the Cardinals, and hopefully I would say they might lose a game. One game against the Reds and the Pirates to keep them afloat. Because I think they'll be at least a wild card team. I feel. Okay. And then we got what? We got the Diamondbacks. The Rockies were pretty hot so far this year with Gonzalez. Then what's his name?
Arenado.
Yeah, Arenado. So they've been kind of surprising in a way, but
Charlie Blackmon.
Yeah, Blackmon. That was the thing. They have a pitcher in there too.
The only one I can think of on the head is Tyler Anderson. That's fine.
Yeah. But anyways, Dodgers. I think they're gonna eventually. They're about to get over 500. I think they're not a team that's gonna drop. They're not gonna be the team that a lot of people saw after the first couple of weeks that just drop off. I think I know they're losing. They might lose Kershaw, like we've already talked about.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. Seager too. But if they make a big move too before the All-Star break, which they might, because Manny Machado, we thought they were going to drop him off after they played the Angels. So there's a thing there. But the NL West is not too bad either. I know, the Giants just dropped down to 500. No, they were barely getting up to 500, right?
Yeah.
Never mind. So it looks like they're heating up over there. Interesting year. The East is looking like it was like in the early 2000s.
Yeah.
So I think one of those teams is going to win the division. One of those teams is going to be wild card.
Top wild card.
Yeah.
Post the wild card game. Yeah. I think that just in general in the league, I think that it's been a really great year for young talent. I think there have been a lot of people that have come up this year.
Yes.
I feel like almost more so than maybe like the last few years. Maybe even since like Trout Harper, like in 11.
Yeah,
I feel like there's just like a lot of teams that have brought out very talented young players.
I think every team almost has like a rookie that's has not been a standout, but has been like a contributor to their team.
Yeah,
which is like weird to say in a way. I don't know.
I feel like it's unusual for baseball, especially recently, to have this many youngsters contributing in the way that they have been.
But I also think it's also a factor in the sense of like a lot of teams didn't spend that money, so this is an effect of that. And now you're having, not that you have to, but you want, okay, this is the year, man. We're going to call you up, and this is when you want to make the most of it.
I think that the money problem partly stems from like what the free agent class is supposed to be next year. I think that a lot of teams are missing that like one extra piece, that money that would have put them over the luxury tax this year, like they chose not to spend. And so I think there are like a lot of teams, maybe even just like the Astros, Red Sox, Yankees, that might be without obvious flaws.
Yes.
And everyone else is missing that like one piece to put them up in that category. I don't really have in the NL. I don't really have a standout. I think that the Braves in the East have really been surprising. I think everyone knew that Acuna was going to be really good. I think like the consistency that Albies
I think he has
been able to put forward.
He's had the most extra base hits since like Mantle, basically.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
So I think that
there's a 21-year-old.
You were talking about like how you think the Nationals, like with their depth, they're gonna like not make a comeback, but like it'll finish the way you expect it to, despite the Braves doing so well. I think the Phillies have done well, but I expect the Phillies to die off. The Braves, though, the games that I've watched of them this year, it feels like their year. Mm-hmm. They have multiple ninth inning wins where they were down like 3+ runs. They had one just like a week ago that was 5. It just like they just keep finding a way to win games, and I feel like that's going to carry over. Like it just feels like their year. It feels special this year for the Braves. So I actually think right now the Braves are my favorite to win the NL East.
So there's what about the best team in general for the NL?
I don't know. I feel like it's so mediocre. For me personally, I feel like it's mediocre across the board. I feel like the NL Central is a bit of a slugfest, just like them constantly beating each other. And the West, the Diamondbacks got off to a really hot start, but they've definitely cooled. I know they're still leading in the NL West. Honestly, if it was a one-off game, I would pick the Braves. They've just it's something special going on right now. Just all the extra inning wins, or the walk-off wins in the ninth inning at home. It's just if I had to pick an NL team to win one game right now, it would be the Braves.
Okay.
I think disappointing teams for me so far are definitely the Twins, definitely the Indians. The Indians have had, over the last couple of years, a really strong bullpen, and that just hasn't seemed to click for them. Personally, I've been disappointed in the Angels. I think they're underachieving. But I think also there's a little bit more competition in the AL West than definitely was expected. I think the fact that the Mariners are leading without Cano and without D. Gordon, I just, in my mind, I can't imagine that being sustainable. But
yeah, I think after the All-Star break is when, or even before that, that's when that's just going to go. It's going to be chasing the Astros basically for the Angels, unfortunately. But that's why when I say surprising, it's because it's just the Angels bullpen is just dreadful. Yeah, when we go to Angel games, it's I think every Angel game where they're leading, the bullpen has either equalized the lead or has almost given up the lead.
Yeah, I know.
And that's a thing that's been going on for almost a decade now. And starting pitching for them as well, it's going to be we'll see, man. We'll see.
Yeah.
We're going to see how far you can get. And that's another bad thing too, when you cannot get past the sixth inning of pitching.
Yeah. Pitch counts have been really high too.
It's not even being a championship team, it's being a playoff team. That's a big thing. And I think batting wise, they just got to get the bats going, obviously. What do they have? Simmons is having a great year.
Mm-hmm.
And it sucks for him because we were listening to the Angels baseball after the game against Texas and talk about how it was before, how he might not get into the All-Star game because so many good shortstops in the AL, which sucks. But that's just the way it is. But I think he's having a great year. I don't know. I think he's already had I remember watching that Gold Glove, so maybe another Gold Glove year for him as well. But I know he had an error from one of the games we watched already. Yeah, that's not looking good. So hopefully. But yeah, I mean, it's been a great year for me so far. I think watching all these rookies play, and just watching baseball in general, it's been fun. I think the unwritten rule stuff, is starting to. I'm starting to notice that a little bit.
Okay.
On celebrations, I think that void, or that kind of not void, that barrier is going to start to be chewed apart in a way, because I think that makes baseball a little bit more exciting, and it makes it more appealing to the younger generation as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we're going to see a little bit. I'm hoping to see a little bit more of that. It just makes it a little bit more entertaining. Okay. I'm not saying that you got to be like football, celebrating in the end zone, but the dude hit a home run and he stares at it a little bit. Calm down, man. He's just calm down.
Maybe don't pitch in that pitch.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just I don't know. I watched too many of the montage videos of all that stuff. So, and I've seen how much it's been relevant recently, and a lot of pitchers dude, calm down.
Yeah.
But one thing to do also know is the sturdy sliding going on this year as well.
Yeah.
Is one thing I do not like. Regardless of you trying to stop a guy from throwing the ball for the double play and stuff, I just that's one thing I'm just I don't like, because it's the same thing with football, getting hit from behind with a clipping or something like that, or a guy catching a punt and you call it the fair catch, the guy still hits him. I consider that almost in the same realm. I don't like it when you're almost deliberately hurting the player. I know you're trying to prevent them from either holding on to the ball or throwing the ball, but that's that's one thing I do not hold high. I'm just that's one of the things that really upsets me. Just hurting people in general that don't need to be hurt.
Yeah. I don't know how we're doing on time, but I guess real quick, MVP, Rookie of the Year,
Mike Trout.
Mike Trout. Even above Mookie Betts?
Mookie
Betts is leading the league in on base percentage. He's actually, I think the last I looked, it was 513, something ridiculous. He's on base every other time. I think what separates Trout is
home runs.
Well, home run. He's leading the league in home runs. His chase rate on he has an incredible eye at the plate, and I think he's more of a well-rounded player than Mookie Betts.
I think Mookie's like one probably this year is the year he's gonna like, oh hey, I'm Mookie Betts. I think last year was probably a year like where you probably said it, but you know his name. But this year is like another good. He's gonna have a great year. But I think I think he's not gonna have like the stamina that Trout has right now, man. Like you said, dude, he's not been a man all year, dude. He's a Hall of Fame.
He had his like that 5-for-5 game in New York. He just he keeps getting better. Everything that he's doing this year, he's better at everything that he's ever.
And like the thing is, like people like you. I remember when he came into the league, you talked about like how like people figured him out, but like he's figured a way to prevent from people figuring him out.
Yeah,
and that's the thing. But we'll see. Hopefully he stays healthy as well. Yeah. Hopefully Mookie stays healthy as well. That's something we would wish for. That creates more baseball. It creates more entertaining baseball. We're gonna go to more Angel games as a result of that. But I would say a guy that, like I said, like Trout's just been a great player this year. Maybe it's just because I haven't watched as much because we're in Orange County, so we have like the Angel games here all the time.
Yeah.
But I've watched like the Astros Boston. I've watched New York Boston. I've watched the Toronto game against them. Like that team is just, I think because I see all their stacked lineup, I feel it kind of degrades him, but he's just as good as a player. And I think he has better supporting batters around him as well. What's his name? The guy that was a rookie last year, rookie to be.
Andrew Benintendi.
Benintendi, there you go. Great hit. Yeah. He had that big monster.
Yeah, he definitely. Mookie Betts definitely has a better supporting cast, and JD Martinez having a big year as well. I think he'd be in like a third for me. What do you think, like Cy Young? For me, it's obviously Verlander.
Verlander for the NL. I don't have a clear guy at the moment. I need to watch more NL baseball. I need to watch more Dodger games, I think, in general. But I think we don't get Dodger games because it's Spectrum. But
yeah,
I think that's why I don't watch as much NL baseball as much, because we only really get it for the MLB tonight. We don't have the extra innings. Like, who's gonna pay for extra? That's too many innings. maybe I need to get the ESPN app like you, because there's NL games all the time on there. I watch a lot of the Cubs, but there's no stand-up pictures for me on the Cubs right now.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of like who would be my NL Cy Young. For AL, like definitely Verlander. He's having like a great year, better than I think anyone even expected. And like those were high expectations. I think if anyone was to sneak in there and take it from him, I think it would be Sale. Boston. I think that like he had 100. He broke 100 strikeouts in his first 10 starts this year. So like he's just putting people away like crazy. I think
Sale and Porcello, and then I forgot who the other two guys were. There were 4 guys that they ranked them like the most wins that are guys are under 30. Porcello was at 138 because he's had great years with the Tigers. But like Sale, because obviously he started with the White Sox.
I think in the NL, for me, like both MVP and Cy Young is kind of up in the air. Like I said, like I don't really feel like there's any standout teams and any standout player. Like I feel like it's everyone, like the good teams in the NL and the best players in the NL are kind of just running it like they're all like above average, but none of them are like truly outstanding. I feel like Rookie of the Year in the AL, it has to be Ohtani for me. Like he's hitting better than most rookies, and he's also like looks to be an ace quality starter.
Yeah. What's his first year too? I think he'll definitely be the ace for the Angels in the coming years. They just need to get another good pitcher with them and another decent pitcher with them, which we might get when Barrios. How do you say his name?
Barria.
Barria.
Yeah.
And then because you said like they might not sign Garrett Richards after this year, if guys can somehow turn into something, or they just need to replace. They just need to get someone else in there because they just need. I think if they had better starting pitching, the bullpen would look just as bad too. That's another thing.
Yeah. And I think on the NL side, Acuna has had a really great start to his career, but I think the one that always sticks out to me is Walker Buehler. I think, and maybe even for Cy Young. I don't know the last time a rookie pitcher won the Cy Young, but or maybe if it's even happened.
He's rocking a decent ERA. I think it's definitely under 3.
Walker Buehler right now is keeping the Dodgers afloat. Honestly, I believe. I think especially with them being without Kershaw, and the simultaneous fact that the Giants are without Bumgarner, I think just think that Walker Buehler, like what he's done. I think literally, I think the only person that's overshadowing him is Ohtani, and that's really only because Ohtani is batting as well.
I got a couple of those cards too. Do you want to do 2-minute minors real quick?
Yeah.
All right, let's literally do 2 minutes of minors. And the 2-minute minors for this week, I got it right here. Give me a sec. Where's my mouse? Where's my mouse? There it is. There's my mouse. All right, 2-minute minors. NHL Finals. I think the Caps just won today. I'll double check that.
I do not know it. They were up 2-1.
Yeah.
On the Knights. I think that this is everyone in the NHL. So it's 3-1 right now.
Ooh, yeah, 3-1.
Okay, so everyone in the NHL that's not a Vegas fan is breathing a sigh of relief because it would have been very embarrassing had the Knights won the Stanley Cup. I think that this is maybe more like this is definitely like what on paper should be happening.
I'm happy for Ovechkin too. He's gonna get his first Stanley Cup.
He deserves it. I think maybe between like all the major players in all the leagues, he's probably the one that like deserves the title.
Yeah, eventually get one. All right, let's move on to the NBA Finals, which I think was 2-0, which happened last night.
Yeah.
The LeBron meme happened from what, Thursday night?
Yeah, J.R. Smith dribbling the clock out instead of going for the win at the end of the fourth quarter. I think that I honestly feel like that was the moment that this series was really over. I just don't feel like they're down 2-0 now. I know they came back 3-1 the last time 2 years ago. But they had a better lineup.
Yeah.
And the Warriors were without Draymond Green, so I don't see a way back for the Cavs.
Agreed. U.S. men's Ireland versus Ireland. That's it. We're done.
I've got one more after that.
What is it?
It's not on there, but I guess I'll mention it right now.
Sure,
Zinedine Zidane walked away from Real Madrid.
Oh, I forgot about
after winning. After winning their third.
Well, on a high note, man.
I know. I guess you gotta. I mean, what more can you do?
Exactly. I think his next challenge might be a World Cup team.
You think he's gonna be an international manager?
Maybe. That's what else? What other trophy does he need to win?
I guess, yeah. I mean,
I think
he'll stay club though.
I think after he'll assess and see what team he wants to pick basically after this in the next 4 years.
Anyway, real quick, the USA Ireland game, they had a 1-0 lead at halftime and choked at the end. Yeah. Again, still very young roster, rotating a lot of people in and out.
Timothy Way had a couple shots. One that got parried, and then one with like a bicycle kick, but I think it hit it went wide. Both of them went wide. Never mind. It was the midfielder that had that. One, but a lot of energy. Enjoying it. I mean, I think not that I'm disappointed that we lost, but I don't know. We'll see. Like I said, like you said, we don't have a system yet. We don't have a manager yet.
Yeah, I just don't understand like who's evaluating these players right now. But besides the fans,
exactly, that's us. But yeah, we're good. Yeah, we're good. That's been episode 3 of Undrafted Opinions. If you didn't know, we do this twice a week. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you want to hit us twice a week or see us twice a week. We splice it all up as well. And then, so go ahead and like and give us a heart on the audio. And then, that's pretty much it. Yep. I've been Richard Rodillo.
I'm Jacob Bullard.
We'll see you guys next time on the next edition of Undrafted Opinions. Have fun watching sports.